Hello everybody and welcome to a channel update video. I have not done one of these for years at this point. I used to do them fairly like once a month or something like that back when I was doing Subnautica and that series, and because that was probably my most successful series on the channel so far, and that was years ago at this point, and the channel is very different now as it once was. So I kind of wish back then I realized, that um, the channel was in a really good place and I could have carried on doing more and more and more with it, but I just didn't, and I'm not sure why. I can't remember what the reason was. I think life just got busy and things changed, and I mean, so much has happened in my life since then that it's kind of crazy to think back, and I love YouTube for that, really. Looking at my channel page is sort of like, you can see the journey of myself as a person as well, and how much I've changed in recent years. And welcome to all the new people who have joined. We've had over 100 subscribers in the last couple of weeks who joined, and that's some major growth for this channel proportionally for everything that's happened throughout its years. It's some of the fastest growth I've seen, and I just want to thank you guys for subscribing, and I really hope you enjoy the content currently and future content that will come up. And I figured I'd just say a little bit about myself, because a lot of people have kind of started watching these Mount and Blade Bannerlord series, and they know I'm passionate about Bannerlord. I'm passionate about storytelling, if you've watched the Realm of Thrones series at all. And even in my Eagle Rising, I always tried to like nip in background bits of like, so like this could be going through his mind. This is what like this character would think of that. I naturally kind of drift towards implementing a story, making it feel like there's more stakes, feeling connected to the characters. That's sort of my whole shtick. At least with these Bannerlord series. Not every Bannerlord series will be like that. Like, I'm sure I'm actually very much entertaining doing a purely non-modded vanilla campaign again. Just pure vanilla, no mods, apart from maybe a couple, like increasing the battle sizes and just various things like that, just the little quality of life mods I might keep in, but everything else, just keeping it completely strictly vanilla. I think that would be a really neat thing to do, because it's been so long since I've played vanilla Bannerlord. And yeah, because a lot of you don't really know who I am. One, you could go and check out the rest of the channel that's over the years just to see what I've done, and majority of it's been Let's Plays, and I've never done really particularly anything innovative. Maybe within the Bannerlord scene of Let's Plays, I've done a bit of innovation recently with the Realm of Thrones, doing an actual story with the narration parts involved in it, and creating an actual story, with a script and with things in the background, and using AI images to, kind of give you an idea of what's happened, and sort of incorporating that into the actual Bannerlord series. I think that is definitely something unique that I do, that I don't see many other people doing. People have general stories that they kind of make up in their head and they add along to it as they go, and that's kind of what I did initially when I did Bannerlord when it first came out. But this time I've kind of gone all out for like a proper story out of it. I'm still going along and adding bits in as I go, but the actual background story was all premeditated, all written out script before I'd even started the series. The name, Arvin, the motivations, different. There's lots of other details that I can't tell you yet, because the series is not at that point yet that I can reveal certain things. But as time goes on, it will get more and more in depth, and the story will, it will move on and keep moving. And just for those of you who would like to know, my name is Jonathan Parker. That is my full name. My middle name is Livingston, so that's why the channel is called Livingston. And you'll notice it's the picture of a seagull, because my father named me Jonathan Livingston Parker, which named me after the book Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And if you want to look up the book Jonathan Livingston Seagull, you will get the meaning of that. It's a very nice meaning behind it. I'm very lucky that, a lot of people think, well, seagull, they're like rats of the sky, which, to be honest, is probably true. It's definitely the case for a lot of people, and, I've definitely had that thought in my head, sort of thing. But in terms of the story that Jonathan Livingston Seagull tells, it's very God, how would you put it? It's very meaningful. It adds a lot to my character, I think, in terms of like having an interesting name to tell people, and it weirdly has had a real effect in me in life. I think trying to be different to others and stuff like that is, it's a nice thing. It's a good moral of a story, and it's nice to have a name like that. And in terms of content on the channel, I mean, like I said, the channel has blown up recently with the recent Bannerlord series. And what is the future plan for content? So essentially, it's going to be Bannerlord content, but not only that, there is going to be plenty of other games that I do. Again, if you want to look through my previous history of videos that I've done, I've got a horror game series playlist. I've done the Metro series. I've done I've done various Amnesia, The Dark Descent. There's plenty of games. Subnautica is my biggest one. Other Bannerlord playthroughs, but I don't think you'd want to watch the old Bannerlord playthroughs, because when the game, that was those Bannerlord series with the Wolf King, Bledgery, Valdim, Anarau, those are all old series, and they're all on old versions of the game. So it's not particularly what the game is today. So I can understand why people wouldn't want to watch that, because it's not an up-to-date version. It's when the game first came out. There was a lot wrong with the game when it came out. So that's totally fair, and I don't blame anyone for not wanting to go back to that. Although I have seen some views come in for the Valdim series, which is the Dragon of Sturgia, which is an interesting one, because again, it was an old series. But they were such fun series. They were so defining for this channel when that first came out. And so yeah, in terms of future content plans, I'm going to be continuing. Obviously, right now we've got the Realm of Thrones playthrough going on with Arvin, and we've got the Eagle Rising playthrough with Marius Maximus. So basically, I'll continue to do those to their end. And then after that, I will proceed to do, I'm waiting for, I think it's Sengoku is the name of the mod. So it's a feudal Japan mod, and that looks like the most fleshed out, most incredible, fully done overhaul mod. So once that comes out in 1.0, I'm assuming it's going to be releasing as, once that comes out, I'm going to be doing an absolute full playthrough of that, because that is my most anticipated mod. I could be getting the name wrong. I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. But the Feudal Japan mod, that is the one I'm definitely most looking forward to. And even before Bannerlord came out, that was my number one series, my number one mod that I was looking forward to. And obviously it's been years since Bannerlord came out now, and we're still waiting for it. But the footage they've been releasing looks incredible, and just without a shadow of a doubt, I will be doing a full playthrough of that when that comes out, and I just cannot wait. There's also another Game of Thrones mod overhaul coming out called A Dance of Dragons. And again, I've been following that on Discord because they have their own server, and I recommend you go and look at it as well. It's looking like an incredible Game of Thrones mod. Personally, in my opinion, I'm not sure if the developers for Realm of Thrones or Dance of Dragons are in touch at all. I'm sure they are, but I'm not sure if they're the same devs are working on either mod or something like that. But A Dance of Dragons somehow, to me, looks like a much higher quality Game of Thrones mod than Realm of Thrones does. So unless it's like the same dev team that moved over to A Dance of Dragons, or maybe it is a different team, and I apologize if it is. But yeah, to me, A Dance of Dragons looks genuinely higher quality, and the rate at which they're doing updates and improving it is incredible also on the Discord. And also it's set during a different time period, which I find more interesting within Game of Thrones. It's set during, well, the book A Dance of Dragons, and essentially during when the Targaryens had a civil war for succession of the throne. And you can look up the whole story yourself if you want. For me personally, it's a lot more interesting of a time period within the world of Game of Thrones, and I will certainly be keeping an eye on that. And it comes out 1.0 in December 20th, I believe. So I want to do a full series on that. So I'm hoping I can get the Arvin playthrough done by then, but it's probably unlikely because it's probably going to be a lengthy campaign, this is. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I'm definitely going to be doing a series on A Dance of Dragons at some point. Don't worry about that. But to me, again, that's probably going to be my favorite Game of Thrones mod. It looks like it's got a lot more fleshed out features. It looks like the map is more detailed. The armors are more detailed. It's more varied. There's more, versions of those. It's looking like an incredible mod anyway. And in terms of outside of Let's Plays, I definitely want to be doing potentially some mod coverage in terms of overhauls. So instead of doing just Let's Plays, I'd like to do a video dedicated to doing an overview of a mod. So, like, for example, I could be the Feudal Japan mod. Say when that comes out, I do one, like, sort of review style video, but more of a explaining what's in the mod as well. So just saying, this is the mod, these are all the features it has, this is what it looks like, the graphics are incredible, what's the custom assets look like, and just give a full overhaul, like, overview of the overhaul mod itself. And because the last time I dipped my toe in that, it was actually really successful. Because if you look on the channel, the most popular video I've done on the channel, which was something close to 20,000 views, it may be over that now, was actually covering at the time, it was not long after Bannerlord released, it was covering a Game of Thrones mod that was releasing called A Twist of Fate. And essentially, it was like an up-and-coming Game of Thrones overhaul mod. It actually got cancelled. Again, I'm not sure if the same people who worked on that are the same people who worked on Realm of Thrones or Dance of Dragons, because I noticed that some teams move around and they start from scratch. You know, there's lots of different cases of that are happening in the Bannerlord community with overhauls. And also, you know, so, and that did incredibly well, and I didn't even particularly put a lot of effort into it. It was just simply like a saying, oh, there's a Game of Thrones mod called A Twist of Fate. It's coming out, and it looks really good, you know, explaining the potential of it, and it did really well, that video. So I'm thinking about doing more mod coverage in terms of maybe the Old Realms as well. I haven't actually played the Old Realms, the Warhammer Fantasy mod. And I do want to do a playthrough on that as a side note also at some point in the future. But again, that's not a finished mod yet. So I'm kind of trying to wait for as long as I can before I play mods halfway through their cycle. Although in theory, Realm of Thrones is that, and also Eagle Rising is that also. Because I know they're both not finished and they're both being continuously worked on. So, you know, it is what it is. But right now I'm focusing on the Arven playthrough and the Eagle Rising playthrough. But also, as you've noticed, I had or as you likely noticed, I'm not saying that you have, the Total War series that I was doing, a Gorok playthrough, that has been put on hold currently. Outside of doing videos, obviously I do work a full-time job. I haven't got all the time in the world. I've got lots of commitments in my life that I need to obviously commit to. And I'm not able to be sat down making videos all day long. I wish I could. That would be a dream. And, you know, I want to try and keep aiming towards that. That would be wonderful. But obviously I need to be realistic and also keep my mind focused on the immediately important things in my life, such as my girlfriend and my job and, you know, whatnot. I can't lose focus on that either. So, right now, I cannot do 3 series at the same time. It's just too much. And thing is, I spread myself too thin. Then the people who are enjoying Eagle Rising don't get enough uploads because I'm doing every other day a video on Realm of Thrones or the Total War series, and then vice versa for the Realm of Thrones. If I don't upload a Realm of Thrones within a few days and they get replaced by Total War and Eagle Rising, then those people who are enjoying that series don't get enough. And then that way, no one gets enough of what they want at that point. So I'm trying to keep it consistent between a couple series. So for right now, I am dropping that Total War campaign, and I will most definitely pick up Total War again. If a new Total War game comes out, I will most likely do a series on that game when it comes out, when it's fresh and brand new, rather than going back. As much as I'd love to do a full Total War gameplay, you know, Warhammer 3 series, now is not the right time. Eagle Rising playthrough's doing very well, Realm of Thrones is doing very well, and there's a lot of people who are interested and are enjoying those series. So I'm going to keep doing those two and keep working on that, and then once one of those finishes, I'm going to replace it probably with another series and just maintain 2 at this time. And so that leads me on to my next point. What are the goals of the channel currently? If you have watched my channel for any period of time, I have never asked for people to like my videos, to subscribe. Well, I have. Okay, that's a flat out lie. I obviously have asked for likes and subscribers and stuff, but I've never been like corporate about it or like, what do you say? I don't shove it into every single video I do. I've always hated doing that because I don't like asking. I feel like if you guys wanted to subscribe, that you enjoy the content, then you would subscribe yourself. Or if, if you'd like the video, you would like it. But also that's not how people work. I watch loads of videos that I really enjoy and like, but I never actually like the video, or I watch channels fairly consistently that I'm not even subscribed to for some reason. It's just a weird thing we do, I think. And I think if I want to have any moderate amount of success or want to keep the ball rolling of success, I need to start actually mentioning, you know, oh, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like it. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. You know, saying things like that. Purely because if I can reach this goal of the current goal being getting monetized again, because I used to be monetized, but I didn't do videos for so long that they took my monetization off me because I didn't meet the requirements anymore within a certain amount of watched hours and stuff within my videos. And I think it was a certain amount of gained subscribers or something like that. I can't quite remember. But so long as I want to get monetized again, like I used to be, and we're well on our way. We're already a third over that goal. We went from 0 to a third in like a week or two. So I guarantee within a month or two, we will definitely be monetized again. That sound, you know, and that will be the case. But obviously from there, you were really not making any money. It's an extremely slow process from there. And in terms of subscribers, the next goal is 2,000. I recently crossed the threshold for 1,500. It has been at 1,400 for years now. And we've kind of just barreled right over 1,500. So that's a big achievement on the channel. You know, this channel's been open since nearly 10 years now. It's an 8-year-old channel at this point, which is crazy to think. And again, there's different versions of myself continuously throughout that whole 8 years. And it's pretty incredible if you think about it. But now I am actually going to be changing it up a little bit in terms of I want to start pushing for these goals. I'm being a bit more ambitious. I want to try and get monetized. I want to try and increase my subscribers, my general viewership. I want you guys to engage in my content more, and I want you guys to be with me, alongside me on that journey of trying to increase the channel size. And the more, once I get monetization again and the more viewership I get, you know, that will, you know, be able to make me focus a lot more in terms of, okay, this is actually becoming a legitimate side thing that I can actually start doing. If I'm earning a bit of money on the side as well, then there's definitely, you know, I will be able to commit a lot more time and to be able to do higher quality things. Because if you think about it, the Realm of Thrones series is not a slouch in terms of quality. Like, I've put a lot into it that a lot of people don't, and I've put real money and a lot of time into that series, doing the side animations and the narration cinematic episodes that happen every 4 parts or so. And you know, those, it costs real money, and it takes real time to do those things, and it's not, you know, it wasn't easy at all by any means. And I spent a lot of my time off on my holiday writing up that script for that series. So, you know, I've put a lot into that, and that was without any real incentive. I hadn't had any engagement on my channel. I hadn't uploaded anything in months, and I did that naturally because I wanted to. And I'm able to put that quality in it without any earning anything and without major backing from my subscribers, because no one even knew it was happening. So now if I've got, you know, you guys behind me, and we can push forward to the quality that we want and the amount of series that we want and the coverage of the game and the different mods that we want, and also further beyond that, other content and other games, you know, it will be a lot easier to focus on the channel and keep that going and, you know, make it a legitimate side thing for me. You know, it's hard to say whether it would ever become a full-time job for me doing YouTube. That is a mile away, miles and miles away. But I think if we are to ever get to that point, we need to we need to win the small goals first. So 500 subscribers at a time. The next goal is 2,000, and then just keep working really hard. Keep making the series. Keep making the different types of content. Trying to be a bit innovative in what I've done in the channel in the past. Create some genuinely decent content, and yeah, just keep it going with that. And your guys' support has been incredible. The ones who have been leaving comments, who have been liking my videos, the ones who have subscribed recently, you've all been incredible, and I thank you so much for your support. I wouldn't have had the motivation to do what I do without your guys' support. Had the initial Realm of Thrones video got only like, you know, 20 views, 50 views, then I would have been extremely demotivated because I put so much work into that. But it's been really successful, and I'm very happy for that. And I'm very much looking forward to the future now. You guys are here, and we're going to keep the ball rolling. I've had, you know, in the past in this channel, I've had many times where I've had a significant increase in subscribers and like a big jump all of a sudden, and then lots of viewership and a lot of success on series. but I never kept it up. I always ended up dropping it for some reason or another. But this time I'm not going to. This time I'm going to be staying on the course, and I'm going to continually be uploading and trying to improve the channel and keep hitting those milestone goals so that we can grow to a point where I can put more quality into the videos and just keep expanding upon it. And I think that's, you know, a legitimate goal for us anyway. And again, one more time, I want to thank you guys so much for your support and help. And I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.